And two guys from that offensive line join us live here in Allen Park on Inside Minicamp Live. This is TJ Lang. This is Graham Glasgow. Or is it Mr.? Is it Mr. Lang? Because I believe you told Frank Ragnow on Twitter that you have to be Mr. Lang.
Only to the rookies. You got to make them earn their stripes a little bit.
So you don't call him Mr. Lang anymore, do you?
Not anymore.
I was going to say I still do, just like behind your back, though.
Okay.
So I feel like,
Respect.
Respect. Respect. Are you Mr. Glasgow to Frank?
No, I actually call him Mr. Ragnow. I like to show him a little bit of respect. Maybe one day he'll repay it, but he's been great so far. I have no complaints about Frank.
How is Camp Matt Patricia?
Intense. Yeah, intense. A lot of fire. I mean, this is obviously a new system. Everybody's learning new plays, new verbiage, new lingo, and I think the one thing that sticks out is the expectations are high. We realize that we've got a short off season. We're going to be in training camp before you know it, playing preseason games, so we don't have a lot of time to waste. I mean, we expect to go out there every day and be on top of the things and get it right. So I think it's been something that the guys have responded to well is definitely that expectations are very high.
Each of the past 2 days, Coach Patricia has gotten on guys for not hustling between drills, using a few words that I don't know we ever heard Jim Caldwell use in a practice. Everybody's got their own style, but how does that trickle down? How does that affect the team?
I just let you know the passion that we got, man. I think he expects everything to be crisp and everything to be, on time. I don't think there's any room out there on the field to be jogging around or anything like that. I mean, this is practice. This is important. Even though we still got a long way to go before we play a meaningful game. I mean, we're going to, have to rely on the fact that we had these practices down the line and kind of look back on it, maybe take something out of a practice that we can use in a real-time game. So I think that's the biggest thing is let guys know that this isn't a time to slack off. This isn't intramural ball. I mean, we're out here playing, we're out here practicing, and we're trying to get it right.
Graham, you said expectations are high. How high are they?
I mean, I think that what it comes down to is he wants us to win every week, and I think that it comes down to us winning as many games as we possibly can. And just building off of what TJ said in less words, I believe that there's just a sense of urgency here, and there's a lot of. He has very high expectations, not only of our team, but as us, he has high expectations of us as players, and I think that it just goes down from him down to the lowest guy.
You may have heard at some point that this has not been the most prolific or efficient running team for a number of years now. How different are things going to look this season, or how different do you hope they look this season?
Well, we sure hope they look a lot better. I think based off of the last couple of years' stats, the guys are working hard. It's no secret. Everybody knows that, especially offensively, that's been one thing that's really hindered us in the last couple of years. We've heard about it every single week for the past year. And frankly, I mean, we're kind of tired of talking about last year. I think everybody in that locker room on the offensive side of the ball we're feeling kind of refreshed, rejuvenated. We've got obviously some new players, some new coaches on that side of the ball, and we're kind of learning from scratch. So I think we're focused on this year. We're focused on today. We're focused on getting better today. We're focused on getting better tomorrow. We're going to.
You've been listening to Matt Patricia. This is a very clear. Let's just detract it here to the macro. Let's just make sure everything's focused on now.
Well, I'm glad you picked up on it.
Through. Good.
You know what? But that is the ultimate message. Focus on now. Don't talk about last year. Don't talk about 2 years ago. Don't talk about even what we're going to do this year. Focus on what we're going to do today, and maybe it'll pay off for us.
All right, but here's my question. You're a funny guy. You got your talking with TJ thing. You have personality, which is kind of different from offensive linemen in years past that didn't talk, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think, because we've talked about the fun factor in New England, that you guys can still have the fun that we've come to know from both of you?
We'll see, I guess.
You're thinking about it.
I think I've got some. I don't know. I haven't asked anybody if I could do my shows again this year. I'm a little nervous about it.
You don't have the green light for the fall season yet.
I'm really too scared to bring it up right now. So we might
start with the show, then get to the touchdown celebrations, then the mustache. 1, 2, 3, go down the list.
Mustache is number one, and then I think touchdown celebrations maybe last. Act like you've been there before. Unless you get one or I get one, then we use the room.
Okay. Well, for those who don't know, you did a talking with TJ thing. People know the Joe Thomas hour, and right, the world's greatest hour, whatever it was. He retired. You did something similar that honestly, TJ, I'll say, deserved more attention.
Well, thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you did a thing all year. It was like a running bit about not having chairs. You sat on buckets. You sat on benches. You sat on the field. And then finally you had Matthew Stafford on at the end, and you had said that you couldn't afford the chairs because of his big deal. So he finally showed up at the end, and hilarity ensues.
Haven't seen the episodes. I heard a bunch of the guys saying it took a while, so I tried to bring a little something comfy.
Only one of them came?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I just figured I'd have something to sit in if it's going to be a long, kind of tedious interview thing.
And you brought that for me?
Yeah. Folder. I scrounged around, found you something.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, it's probably the best seat I've had so far.
Oh, good.
So,
Good. That's good.
Nice shirt.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's my new one. I got this actually for the guys.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Lyman gift. Picture of me. Figured off season, walking around, you kind of want to have me close,
That's a very generous gift.
Yeah, I do what I can to help you guys out. Appreciate
Sure,
all the work,
Sure, a lot of guys will wear it.
Yeah. That or burn it.
It's a good picture too.
Did he get you one of those shirts with the face?
No, he didn't. He's a tough guy to get a hold of, man. I don't know if he's talking with you guys today, but he had some high demands last year on the show, and we had a good time though. I think you got to see some of his personality off the field. I think a lot of fans, opened up to it. They enjoyed it, just getting to know him a little bit. So we had a good time. It was fun.
Good.
Both you guys work closely with Matthew Stafford, especially you, Graham. What, if anything, is different about Matthew Stafford at this stage in his career than maybe than the guy you saw a couple of years ago?
He's got a couple babies now.
There is that. He's tired.
They started walking yesterday, by the way.
They did. Congrats. I'll tell him that in person. I don't know what.
He's watching.
Yeah, I don't think he's really changed much. I think he's always been he's been fantastic to me ever since I ever been drafted. He texted me the night of the draft, and he's very down to earth. He's just like a normal guy, and you would never know it. Like if you saw him on the street and didn't know his like kind of crooked smile. No offense, Matt, but he's fantastic. I love him. You wouldn't even know he makes a lot of money. I guess
It's a lot.
Hopefully
really?
you find out that around Christmas time every year, end of the season. A little something out there for you.
He takes care of the guys. Yeah, he took care of us
Pretty
last
good.
year. Yeah.
What did he get you?
a couple of years ago.
We'll
he
let
got
him.
some
We'll
boots.
I was going to
You
let
weren't
him.
here.
I mean, that's kind of his thing. I don't know if we want to make it public. He's the type of guy that
Can we
likes
give
to
him some ideas right
kinda
now?
take- Yeah, I mean, I could use a new car. My truck's breaking down. I mean, he's a Ford guy, so I think he could help me out.
I would
You
just
better
like
be a
to
Ford
listen.
guy.
You better be. That's a good point.
Drives in a Mercedes. You got problems around here.
I think you guys are all Ford guys.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I got to ask you this before we leave. Your old quarterback, that team, that is, rather the Packers. Did I hear that you had warned Clay Matthews not to pitch? Is that?
I didn't warn him not to pitch, but I told him a couple of times he was going to catch one. 'Cause
Okay.
he pitched every game. I always used to tell him, man, you got to put a net up, dude, because those big guys are hitting the ball hard, and
Right in the honker.
he danced with the devil one too many times. He got caught. But, I mean, Clay's a great friend of mine. We came in the same year in Green Bay, and glad to see he's all right.
Yeah,
Could have been much worse.
He'll be fine. You guys will be fine as well. This is Mr. Lang.
You just call me Graham.
And that's Graham. Okay, Mr. Lang and Graham. Soon to be